Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, dear teachers. Welcome to our exciting and informative webinar on the topic How to Create Engaging Online Quizzes and Digital Tools to Collectively Track and Support Individual Needs in the SEN context. In today's digital age, personalized learning experiences are more crucial than ever, especially for our students with special education needs, as you may know. Today we will start with a short presentation of our organization, a VIVE Research and Development Agency. Then we will proceed with a bit more explanation about our project, DigiSkills SEN. In the first part of the presentation, we will have some theory, and in the second part of the presentation, we will have more practical exercises or practical advices, I would say. So let me introduce myself. My name is Ioana Doneva, and I am project manager in VIVE. You will see my colleague Gita presenting the presentation. She is our social media and digital skills expert. Let's begin.
Now I will just introduce you to our organization. It's R&D or Research and Development. It's a research center. In VIVE, we are dedicated to improving education through many sustainable solutions. Our work mainly involves research and participating in projects, and more importantly, implementing those projects to promote new ideas in education. So as I said, our work includes conducting research, getting involved in projects, and promoting fresh ideas. We also focus a lot on collaboration, and throughout the years, we had many partners for many projects all across Europe. And together, we all aim to empower people and push for important policy changes. So now we will be talking about DigiSkills SEN. So DigiSkills SEN stands for Special Educational Needs. It is one of the projects that we've been working on at VIVE, and it aims to boost digital skills for teachers who work with special educational needs students. Our main focus is to help them develop their digital competencies. This includes remote and online learning and creating new and collaborative courses. With our other partners, we are trying to achieve the goals of this project by organizing different activities and different webinars. This webinar is one of them. It's the one that we will be discussing how to create online quizzes and using the digital tools, but obviously other partners will be working on other webinars on other topics. So first, I'll be explaining the context. And the first slide is about the importance of personalized learning. So personalized learning is really important, which I assume you have already noticed from your experience working with special educational kids. It helps meeting the unique needs of each and every student. So for personalized learning, assistive technology also plays an important role in enhancing the learning experience. And all of this will be explaining it furthermore in the next slides. And here we have also mentioned that it promotes inclusion and accessibility in education and empowers every student on their educational journey. As I said, each one of them has different needs. So having individual educational journey is really important as well. So by tailoring education to each student's needs, we can help students with disabilities thrive academically and they can so reach their full potential. Would you like to add something?
Yes, it is important to note for our teachers that are here that in the website we have a e-learning platform developed for teachers in all of the project partners languages, meaning there is also there are the learning modules in German, and you can find them through the link that I sent in the comments. Yeah, for the presentation, we can send a link for the German version of the presentation.
Mhm. So now, for the next slide, I would like to highlight the challenges that students with special educational needs face in traditional classrooms. So I feel that it's extremely important to highlight those difficulties so we can be able to overcome them on the long term. So, firstly, the one size fits all teaching approach often fails to meet the diverse needs of the students. Knowing the importance of personalized learning, as we mentioned in the previous slide, we have also for teachers, large class sizes make it challenging to provide personalized attention to every student that they have. Another challenge is the inadequate resources and lack of teacher training, which makes it hard for schools to effectively support the students with diverse needs. And even for teachers, like they find it hard to support those students. There are also social integration issues, non-accommodating physical environments, and inappropriate assessment methods, which we talk about later, that are challenging for SEN students. So some of them unfortunately also suffer from bullying. Maybe you had some cases in your classes, and eventually this is also harmful for their mental health. So these challenges increase anxiety and stress and can significantly impact their educational experience. So after introducing you to the challenges that are faced in the traditional classrooms, now we'll try to give a few solutions. Just give me a second. The solution that we will be discussing today is creating engaging online quizzes to help them overcome those challenges. Today, we'll be talking about the assessment methods and more precisely how to create engaging online quizzes, as you can see on the slide. Um, so first, you are probably wondering why online quizzes are a solution. So I would say that online quizzes and digital tools make learning engaging and accessible at the same time. They allow students to participate actively and collaborate with peers. They also offer an interactive learning experience and accessible materials, providing hands-on engagement, immediate feedback, and personalized learning opportunities to students. They are also flexible. They are so flexible and can support the different learning styles, which helps to have more inclusivity and ensures that all the students in the classroom can succeed. Another point that I would like to mention is that it gives immediate feedback and timely insights, which helps especially special educational needs students to help and thrive academically. Another point that you might be interested in as teachers is using data analysis to keep track of all the progress and see if the students are actually engaging with all the learning material. And later on during the presentation, I will be introducing some very useful platforms that can be used for that matter. So we introduced online quizzes as a solution to the difficulties that students face in traditional classrooms and in traditional learning styles. So for these quizzes to be effective, there are some few elements that teachers should include. When creating online quizzes questions, it is essential, for example, to use visuals, simplify language, and provide context to enhance the understanding. So also you can incorporate real life scenarios, because it does not only makes questions relatable, but also reinforces practical applications of the knowledge that they will acquire. You can also, as SEN teachers, add gamification elements as well, like points, badges, leaderboards to boost the engagement. And later on, during the presentation, we'll have a proper part about gamification and how you can include it in creating your quizzes, and how it will change and enhance the learning experience of the SEN students. So I introduced you to the different elements that an effective quiz should have. Now, if the next slide will come. Yeah, oh, no, sorry. Mhm. Yeah, there are also some tips that SEN teachers should consider, that I already mentioned while talking, such as using visuals, simplifying the language as much as they can, providing context, including real life scenarios, and incorporating interactivity. Gamification elements are also useful, as we mentioned earlier, and we'll be talking more in details about them. Questions, most preferably if they are short and clear, it's better. And yeah, and also encourage collaboration. So now, after showing you what are the elements that you should take into consideration when creating your quizzes, I will just give you some example of successful online quizzes that you can find online, which is Quizlet. So Quizlet mainly has flashcards with matching games, practice electronic assessments, and live quizzes. So on those flashcards, you can easily just write the question, and on the back, you can have the answers. This gives the answers in a timely manner, and it's really useful for in the SEN context. Okay, so for the next slides, we will be talking about the benefits of real-time tracking and data analysis. And earlier in the presentation, I mentioned that tracking and analyzing data, it is also helpful. So here's why. I have three main arguments that I'll be talking to you about. First, by tracking students' progress in real time, SEN teachers can identify areas where students may be struggling and provide timely support and address the issues that they are facing. So, this leads to the development of a personalized learning plans tailored to each and every student that they have in the class, and which will eventually enhance their engagement and motivation. Another argument is that data analysis enables informed decision making by SEN educators, allowing them to adapt teaching strategies based on students' performance and based on the students' preferences as well. So, early identification of the issues that students are facing, such as learning gaps or behavioral challenges, ensures that the intervention and support are made on a timely manner and in the right place. So this continuous cycle of tracking and analyzing and intervening eventually facilitates the adaptation of teaching strategies to better meet student needs, and helps them to continually improve in their educational outcomes. So one last point that I would like to mention as well, in this regard, is that data analysis provides valuable insights that students' behavior, about the behavior of every student. So helping this will eventually help educators to better understand the factors that will contribute to their success. And if they know the factors, then obviously they can help them better and just have better results on the long term. Now I'll be talking about gamification, which is an important element of online quizzes. But first, I will be clarifying two important concepts, which are gamification and game based learning. So, gamification involves integrating game elements into non-game contexts to enhance engagement and motivation. For example, in quizzes, but we make them in a game format, so to better to have a better engagement of the students. Could include features like points, badges, leaderboards that we add to educational activities. But on the other hand, game-based learning involves using actual games as a primary tool for teaching concepts and skills. Unlike gamification, which adds game elements to existing activities, game-based learning uses the mechanics and structure of games to facilitate the learning experience. Both approaches are good. They both leverage elements of gameplay to enhance the educational process. They just differ in their implementation, and each one of them focuses on has a different focus. So now I will be talking about the benefits of gamification. So it has been shown that it has positive effects on learning, on attitudes and skills development of SEN students. So when teachers incorporate game elements into educational activities, students are obviously more engaged and motivated to participate. And also, I'm wondering if any of the SEN teachers present with us today had experience with gamification. So please feel free to share your experiences with us if you have noticed any benefits or any increase in engagement of your students. So I was saying this does not only enhance the gamification does not only enhance cognitive skills, but also, for example, it depends on the focus on and depends on the actual exercise that is being implemented. It encourages specific behaviors and skill developments, as I said, depending on which exercise and which game is being implemented. And in addition, a gamification facilitates interaction and collaboration among peers. So yeah, it's better to integrate the student with its peers, their peers, and it also fosters a sense of community and teamwork in the learning environment or classroom. Next slide, we have talked about the benefits of gamification. Now, I will introduce you to the key elements of gamification and the benefits of each one of them. So, firstly, as you know, most of the games have points. They serve as a measure of success and progress, providing students with a tangible representation of their achievements. Also, it has levels which indicates progress and increased difficulty by the time. This offers a sense of accomplishment and students advance through the challenges. It also has badges. Which act as a reward for completing tasks, motivating students to continue in their efforts. On the other hand, leaderboards encourage competition and self assessment, which foster a sense of achievement and accountability. Progress bars that you know and are present in most of the games offer a visual presentation of progress, helping students track their advancements towards a certain goal. Um, Also, another important point is that most of the games include a storyline, which maintain interest and context for SEN students and provide them with a narrative framework for the learning activities. Another thing is the immediate and frequent feedback that pops up in the screen, which provides students with timely insights about their performances. And by the end, obviously, there are prizes and rewards which further motivate and engage SEN students. Um, and also, by the end, we have user images and avatars. These mainly personalize the experience of every student, and they feel a sense of ownership over their progress. Okay, thank you. After introducing you to the benefits of introducing gamification, here are a few things that you should consider as a SEN teacher before implementing it in your educational style. Firstly, it is essential to ensure a gradual increase in difficulty to make sure that the student is engaged and challenged appropriately as they are progressing. Also, providing immediate feedback is also crucial for guiding students throughout their learning journey and helping them understand their performance in real time. Another thing, when selecting gamification systems, it is important to choose user-friendly platforms that are accessible for everyone, regardless of their technological proficiency. Another thing that I would like to mention is that it is essential to consider diverse learning styles. As we mentioned before, that every student has different learning needs and learning style. So it's important to take this into consideration and incorporate elements that cater visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. So now in the next slides will be the fun part where we'll be discovering how to use different platforms to incorporate gamification into your quizzes or learning style in general. Why is this not? I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll be introducing some applications for gamification. The first one I'll be talking about is Kahoot. Kahoot is a platform which is free to use, by the way, that focuses on creating interactive quizzes and making learning fun and engaging for students. So, to use Kahoot, there are just few steps that are pretty simple. First of all, you should create an account and then choose either to work on a ready template or a blank canvas that you will build from scratch. Then, if you click on the blank canvas, you will be taken to a page where you can create your quiz and try different methods. You can prepare the infrastructure of the Kahoot. You will be creating the question type, the time limits. You will be assigning how many points for every questions. You will be given to choose the answer options, etc. Sorry. So once you finish adding all the questions, you'll be able to write the first question for your quiz. You have various options for creating them. You can upload as videos, pictures to make the quiz more engaging for the students. Mhm.
Yes, so
And
should I
sorry, let's
translate?
finish, for example, Kahoot, and then you can translate all over Kahoot because we have different platforms. Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so after you add your question, you can use the multimedia feature as we mentioned to add videos, images, etc. You can also have four answer options for the students to choose from. An important point is that you should not forget to add the correct answer before moving to the next question. In this part, you can also add the time that you will allow the students to use for answering this specific question. So yeah, for Kahoot, I guess there's one more slide on one more step to finish it, and then Denita can go on with the translation. Mm. So yeah, once you finish adding question, you can just add the icon, add another question at the bottom of the page. And then you can just do the same process and keep repeating it until you complete your all of your quiz. And once it's ready, you can click done. You have now the option to play the game with your students. You can also go back and edit it. And then, in order for students to start the quiz, uh, the SEN teacher will log in and launch the quiz. You can also choose if the quiz you want it to be like the quiz will be as a game, so you can choose if you want it to be played individually or if it's for a team. And after that, you will receive a PIN code as well as a QR code that will be displayed on the screen, and the students can join the game basically by visiting Kahoot and then entering the PIN code, and they can choose a name as well. So this is the first part about Kahoot, and later on we'll be introducing other interesting platforms. The next platform we'll be talking about is Pixton. It helps you quickly create illustrated comics and storyboards and customize some characters. So in order to use it, Pixton, all you have to do is log in to your account by creating one as a teacher. Then you choose the desired comic templates or start with a blank one so you can start from scratch. They have some templates that you can choose from, but you can create your own from scratch, as I mentioned. For the characters, you can create your own characters and customize them as much as you want. For customization of the characters, you can choose the skin tone, the gender, the pose, the expression, the costumes, and the headwear, etc. You can also customize the background, whether you want the character to be in a kitchen or in a classroom or in a lab, for example. And obviously, since it's for comics, you can also add text, as you can see on the screen here. So you can create scenes like using the text. They also have the option to add those texts that okay. They also have the option to add those texts like knock knock or music that give the simulation that it is like a sound in the background or something that is playing or music that is playing. So once you are satisfied with the results, you can just save it and then you can publish with your comic with the other students so they can have access to it. Other than Pixton and Kahoot, I will be talking about Edpuzzle, which is another platform that will help you create interactive video lessons for your students. Um, to use Edpuzzle, of course, you have to make an account and then log in. And once you logged in, you can click on the Add Content tab at the top of the interface. You can select Create to start creating a new video lesson and choose your video source. You can add videos from YouTube directly, or you can have add the videos that you have on your drive, or import them even from your laptop. um, Edpuzzle has this feature where you can edit the video, you can trim it if needed by adjusting the start and the end times. And you can add various interactive elements to the video. This includes questions, comments, audio notes, etc. You just have to click on the video timeline where you want to insert that interactive element, and then it will be added. And for questions, you can choose from many question formats. Some of them are multiple choices, open-ended. You can have reflective questions as well, and the students can enter the answer like can choose an answer or enter the answer as applicable. You can also add comments and audio notes to provide, for example, additional insights about some information or instructions in the video. And so once you have finished adding all the desired interactive elements, all the elements that you want, you can just click finish, and then your video lesson can have a title afterwards that you will add eventually, and any relevant tags or description that you'd like to add. And then you can assign the video lesson to any specific class or individual students. So that's it for Edpuzzle. The next platform we'll be talking about is Otsimo. It's a platform that offers special education and speech therapy apps for autism, Down syndrome, and other developmental disabilities. Um, so how to use it? So as I mentioned, it's an app. So first of all, you have to download it. Um, it's available on the App Store and Google Play. Um, and once you download it, you'll have to create an account. You may need to provide some basic information and agree to some term of usage. After this, you will set up the profile. You will have to provide some information about the kid that will be using the app, about their name, age, etc. Once you provide all the information needed, Otsimo will provide you with some tips and a report and some that will help you to track the has games. So once your user profile is set up, you will be taken to the main screen. Um, by the way, it says that my internet is unstable. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you. It's
Uh,
maybe lagging a bit, but so far so good.
Thank you. So as I was saying, once your user profile is set up, you will be taken to the main screen where you will find many educational games in different categories. Some of them are for everyday basics, story time, numbers and action, etc. And yeah, the platform also allows you to track the progress of the kid. So it keeps track of the progress and provides reports about their performance. Parents can access, the teachers, the SEN teacher can access as well. And the reports may include details like scores, achievements, and areas to further focus. And yeah, this is the part about Otsimo. Talking about Otsimo, the last part of the presentation will be introducing you to some tools for educational support that you might consider using. One of them is Trello, which is a web-based project management tool that uses boards, lists, and cards to help you organize and manage tasks. And projects that you are currently working on visually, and it helps you work in collaboration with other colleagues or partners. So first of all, to use Trello, you have to sign up, make an account, and obviously log in. It's free to use it. So first of all, you should create your first board. Once you log in, you will land to Trello homepage where you can create your first board. You can create on the plus create a board button that you will see on the screen. Once the board is created, you'll see it displayed with one default list, which is called to do. You can add more lists by clicking on add a list button, and you can repeat this process as much as you want to add as many lists as you need for organizing your tasks or projects, maybe. Then you can create cards for your tasks. To add tasks or item to your board, like for every task, you need to add a card, and you link it to the appropriate list. You can enter the title or description of the task in the card and just click add on the screen. You can, this has the feature to enable you to add due dates, labels, checklists, etc. And from the menu, you can change the board background. You can add team members to the board. You can create labels. You can enable power apps, which are basically integrations with some other apps on Google as well. And you are able to move cards across lists. For example, if this card is about, for example, one task, and it's no longer part of a list that was initially in, you can just drop it to another list that is currently belonging to. So you can also collaborate or invite team members to collaborate with them. You can just click on the share, and it will give you a link that you can send them, or you can invite them directly through their email address. Another tool that you might consider using, which is quite similar to Trello, but Trello is more for project management. Google Classroom is more for educational purposes. It's a central hub for tools and resources designed to help mainly educators to manage classrooms and enrich learning experiences. So first use it, of course, you'll sign into your Google Classroom and create a class. Um, then you can invite your students to join the class, as you can see from the screen. Then, after inviting everyone, you can start posting announcements. On the class homepage, you can just click on the stream tab. You can type any announcements in the text box and share it with the whole class. You can also separate the people to make the announcement. So whether you want to share just in share an individual announcement with one student, or like when with the whole classroom, for example. You can also add a file from your Google Drive. You can add the YouTube videos or any file from your laptop, and you can just click post to share it with the students that you want to share it with. As I mentioned, either with the whole class or one student. Um, this On Google Classroom, you are also allowed to create assignments. You can do so by clicking on the classwork tab, and then create and choose assignments and the title. You can add the instructions, add the due dates, and any necessary attachments that the student will need to complete the assignment. You can, for the attachments, it can be Google Docs, or you can upload the file directly from your laptop, and then you just click assign to distribute to assignment to the students you want to assign it to. Um, it also has the feature to help you organize the class material. You can do so by clicking on Classwork tab to create the topics, to organize your assignments, announcements, and questions. So any learning material, you can organize it through this tab. And also, one last thing, it helps you with communication and receiving feedback from students. So once the private comments feature to communicate with individual students privately, uh, you can provide them feedback, you can help them with assignments, or you can use the comments feature on Google Classroom to build in grading tools. Like even for grading, this can be helpful. So yeah, that's it from my part. Thank you so much for attending today's webinar. And please, if you have any questions or if you want to discuss anything, please feel free to ask it and discuss with us. Thank you so much.
Maybe we can, well, of course, there are a bit less participants than the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the reason is because the German-speaking participants were checking the website and our e-learning platform, where we said that there is the same content as we are presenting today. But we can ask the rest of the audience if they think maybe you can raise raise a hand or click the thumbs up if you think this was useful for you, or express opinion. Okay, so we have thumbs up too. Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, thank you everyone for being with us today. The video will be also uploaded to our YouTube channel, the YouTube channel of the project, so you can also find it there. If you have any questions or requests, I will paste an email that you can send your questions to. Um, and of course, I hope that you registered um, in the application form, because this is from where we will take the names for the certificates. Thank you again. I pasted the email now, so be sure to copy paste it before we finish the meeting.